Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Irina and today I have the by Terry Discovery Kit. This is in shade Fair. This kit is £5. You can get it off their website and it comes in fair, medium or dark. Let me show you quickly what you get in here. So we have foundation samples of the Hyaluronic Hydra Foundation and you get shades 100W, which is warm, 100 neutral, 100 cool, and 200 warm, neutral and cool. So I would say these are more like fair to light, so that's why I went for the fair one. You also get brightening CC serum in different shades, which are there. What else do you get? You get Hyaluronic Hydra Concealer. This one, I'm not sure where I misplaced some. No, this one just comes in 200 natural and 100 fair. So that's the shades there. Then you also get Baume de Rose Glowing Rose Mask. Just a little sample of that. You also get a sample of the Hydra Primer and a sample of the lip balm, the Baume de Rose lip balm. Oh, and also get a sample of the translucent powder. And you can also pick 2 samples when you pick the Discovery Kit, and I picked another lip balm and another primer. I just wasn't sure what to pick, so the option is not that wide when you pick samples, so I picked another lip balm, another primer. And speaking of the lip balm, I'm going to start with that because you can see I've got very dry lips. Like I've got this patch of dry lips there. So just digging my finger in. Feels very rich and hydrating, and I'm hoping my lips stay that way all throughout this video. Okay, let me zoom you in and apply all of this to my face, but before I do that, don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I'm not sure what is up with my skin. I just have so many breakouts. It might be this new cream I'm trying. We'll see. So let's start with the primer. I have the Hyaluronic Hydra Primer. It's about micro resurfacing, okay? Multi-zone base, no pores, no line, invisible matte finish. It gives a luminous matte complexion with perfect translucency. Okay, let's see what luminous matte means. So that's the consistency of it. Oh, I didn't get a mirror with me. You go get a mirror. So I'm not sure that was enough. I'm gonna apply a little bit more. Quite a lot in here actually. As you can see, I've just got quite a bit there. It actually feels quite hydrating. I did apply a bit too much in the end. I think there is some smoothing action to this primer, but not amazing. You can definitely still see all my pores and all my wrinkles. Not as much as before. Invisible matte finish. It's obviously invisible matte. I think it's got kind of like a satin finish, which would be the luminous matte thing. But anyway, that's the primer. I do want to try the CC serum because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking this would be before your foundation, would be kind of like a priming step, just to kind of like even out the skin tone. And I want to try the rose one now and then. Let's see if I'm right, if it is what I think it is. Yeah, it's definitely like one of those glowy primers. But this could definitely work as a highlight as well after. This reminds me of the MAC Glowy Primer actually. You could just wear this on its own as well. Okay, let's do the foundation. So we have the Hyaluronic Hydra Foundation. 100 warm, I would say no. 100 neutral. I think all the 101s are a little bit too light. Maybe the cool tone one could work. And then the 200 ones down maybe? Let's start with 200 neutral and then we'll see how we go. Just neutral is always a safer bet for me. Ooh, it's very oily. I am going to go with the brush, it's just applying it from the slow blister sample thing. I said oily, it's not oily, it's very liquidy actually. I am just gonna blend that and then I'll have a look, see what the actual foundation packaging looks like. I think maybe I should have went for 200 cool. It feels like the neutral one still shows up a little bit warm on me. Well, we definitely have some coverage, slight medium coverage. So the foundation is actually with a dropper. I put this picture there. Not sure this would be one I would want to try a full size of. I just don't like. I think dropper for foundation is probably my least favorite packaging. And I mean, just look out. It is very liquidy. I'm gonna add another layer and I'm gonna use the cool and see how that looks. That's still cool. That's how it looks cool on for you. Okay, I'm not sure I like how this layers. It's kind of doing funny things on my top of my nose. It does require a little bit more blending when you layer it. Okay, so we got the warm, the neutral, and the cool. Definitely, I think the neutral would be one that would match me the best. I think it's a really good idea for them to do a sample kit like this, because if I were to spend this amount of money on foundation and wouldn't have been happy with it, that wouldn't have been good. But then again, we all do have the other concoction underneath. It does seem to settle quite nicely so far, except for my nose. It doesn't seem to sink into the pores too badly around my face, just my nose. I really don't like it. And it hasn't layered nicely there. Do have a bit of a dry patch, probably why. But then again, it's a hyaluronic foundation, so it should work with dry patches in my opinion. But anyway, let's move on to the concealer. The 200 concealer and the 100 concealer. I am going to go with, oh gosh, I'm looking at them. That's the 100, that's the 200. Let's go with the 200 first, and if I need to lighten it, we'll do the 100. Again, very liquidy. I'm just trying to show you without it spilling everywhere. Yeah, I think 200 is fine. So it blends very quickly, which is something I would expect from such a liquidy concealer. Again, medium coverage. I'm going to try the powder under the eyes. So we have the translucent, no, it's not translucent powder, what did you say? A Hydra Care setting powder, and it's colorless. And the concealer is doing some really weird stuff. Let me see if I can zoom you in a little more. I don't know if you can see it now. You can see it even if after it's been set. I've taken some off actually when I try to blend it with my finger. So the concealer is an immediate no. The foundation I'm still deciding on. Obviously you have to wear it and see how it's going to wear. I'll come back tomorrow and film another bit just to talk to you about it. The concealer, I already know it's a no. I'm just gonna take that off and redo with a concealer that I know works. I can't say anything yet about the primer, and the lip balm has actually sunk in nicely and my lips do feel very nice and very hydrated. I do want to go back to this and maybe use this as a bronzer. Oh, that looks so pretty. Okay, CC serum is a yes. Not just in the shade, but the other shade I liked as well, the rose one. And you can obviously use it as a highlight. And I'm gonna go into the lighter one and use that as a highlight. This shade was Sunny Flash, shade 4, and the lighter shade is Immaculate Light. Okay, that's a lot. I need to push that in a bit. I do like that. I do like the CC serum because you can use it for more than one thing, and it doesn't seem like it disturbs the foundation underneath. I even had powder on some of these areas and it still doesn't seem like it disturbs it or it does anything funny. So that is a definite yes for me. The foundation, I'll come back and let you know, but the concealer, no. Okay, so I've just realized I haven't actually put the powder on other than the sun dry. So I am just gonna put this on the back of my hand and then apply, just because the pot is so small, and you can definitely see smoothing effect. I know I've just taken the shine off from that CC thing, but it's all right. Again, funny things happening here. So I think because the situation is not going to work today, because I am going to work, I'm gonna have to spend all day like this, and it's definitely going to get worse throughout the day because I know how my skin behaves. I am going to take everything off and reapply, and then come back another day and we'll possibly reapply the foundation again that time, and obviously give you my thoughts then, because it's just the first impression and it's how things go, especially if you try so many new products at once. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and I'll see you in just a few seconds with the rest. Okay, round 2. Today I'm actually going to combine the 200 neutral with the 100 neutral for the foundation. But first I am going to do the primer again, just a little bit less. Okay, so I'm going to combine the 2 shades on the back of my hand. Oh, I don't have that much left of 200, and so it's a good thing to combine them. Just for a comparison, so that's the 100 I'm swatching now, and the 200. The light is so much brighter now. I might have to turn the brightness down on the camera. I think that the sun's gone down. I was going to do Beauty Blender, but I'm thinking actually going in with the brush and then just doing more blending with the Beauty Blender after. Oh yeah, right in between those 2 shades, that's where I am. That is a way better match. I'll have to see if they have a 150, and that could be one that, you know, would match me. Now that I actually want to buy the foundation, I've actually made up my mind whether I'm buying it or not, but that's funny, that sank into the back of my hand skin so quickly. I feel like it hardly picked anything up on the brush. So I was saying medium coverage, no, it's light to medium coverage. So I've decided the concealer is a firm no for me, so I'm going to apply one of my own concealers, and this is the Catrice True Skin High Cover Concealer in shade Cool Cashmere. That will give me a little bit more coverage as well, just adding some in these areas. So we'll see how my regular concealer with this foundation works as well, won't we? I'm actually gonna move on to the Beauty Blender for my under eye. I am just going to set the concealer with the Hydra powder again. This time I do have a better brush for it. I use this one for my under eyes all the time. That's the only thing I don't like about loose powders, just get everywhere, although they can be really good, especially for the under eye. So that's just a light layer. You can see the difference. I think you can see the difference straight away. It's definitely made it a lot more mattified and even, and for lack of a better word, flat. But I think you'd like that for your under eyes. So the foundation so far looks alright. It doesn't seem to layer well at all, though, because when I've applied the concealer, it's just, I don't know how much you can see in the camera, but I can see it. It's kind of like clinging to certain bits, but it's hardly visible, so not a huge deal. It's looking alright on the forehead. Pores are looking very good. Could be the combination between the foundation and the primer. Much better on my nose than last time. And what else do I want to try again? I want to try this CC serum in the darker shade as a bronzer. I actually did take everything off that day and reapplied certain things and then used this as a bronzer, and it does look good. I have found out that if I powder and then apply that, it just doesn't blend well. There are some cream products that, or liquid products, that actually still blend even though you've powdered. I guess it does depend what sort of powder you use as well. And I know some people will say, it's like, why would you use powder if you're gonna do that? It's just that sometimes I like layering powder with cream and then powder again. It just lasts better, and depending on the products and how they're meshed together, it can actually look much more blended, I think. But that's just me being a weirdo. I mean, that looks so good. Okay, I'm not going to do the rest of my face right now in this video. I actually do have some makeup that I want to try, so that'll be a separate video after this. So I thought trying this Discovery kit on camera would have been a really good idea, because By Terry is such a pricey brand, and I do like the fact that it actually do this Discovery kit. Really good of them to do that. So here are my thoughts. The lip balm, yes, very nourishing. Yeah, feels really nice. I like this one. The primer, however, I'm not that convinced. I don't think it does that much. The CC serum, I am very impressed with this. Oh, the other way around. I'm very impressed with this because it's versatile. You can use it on its own, you can use it on the foundation, you can use it as highlight or bronzer depending on the shade that you get. Quite like this one. I think this is very pricey. I think it's pricier than the Charlotte Tilbury equivalent of this, but they do a travel size, which is a little bit more affordable, I think, for this brand, which is £22. Right, the foundation, I'll show you this one because the other blister card is absolutely dirty. So the foundation seems nice. I think if you have flawless skin to begin with, you're probably gonna love it. It's probably the foundation that you need. You only need just a little something just to even out the skin tone and just make it look flawless. If you do have things that you might need to cover, I'm not sure whether this foundation is for you. Again, I'll put wear notes. It does seem to work quite well with I don't want to say mature skin, but more aging skin like mine is. Again, yeah, it's looking quite good on the pores. And now that I've added that CC serum where I layered the concealer with the foundation, is looking so much better. Is it £53? Awesome. I am not going to be in a rush to get it, absolutely not. I think it's a nice foundation, but not at that price point. And I personally just don't like the consistency of it. It's too liquidy for my taste. The concealer, firm no. I already said that. That was a firm no. It is even more liquidy than the foundation, and I would expect this to actually work for my under eyes because my under eyes are drier than the rest of my face. And especially as you age, you want that extra hydration, but it doesn't work at all. It just splits. So yeah, I already know that's not going to work for me. I have enough experience with concealers to know that's not going to work for me at all. The powder is nice, and a good powder can make a huge difference. So not bad, and you actually get quite a little bit in the Discovery kit. So yeah, I would say powder is really nice. And the mask I haven't tried yet, so I can't comment on the mask just yet. So these are my thoughts on the Discovery kit. If you also got the Discovery kit, let me know what you think down below. I think it's really good at do stuff like that. I hope you've enjoyed this video and it was useful for you. If it was, and if you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. I would love it if you subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!